Hey, it's Peter Voogd, and in this episode, we're going to dive into the importance of rituals and systems for business, because this is the number one reason businesses fail is their lack of systems. We're also going to dive into the most important rituals you could possibly have as an entrepreneur, and I'm going to walk through my exact schedule and the rituals that I had back in 2009 that took me from dead broke and frustrated to six figures. Hey, it's Peter Voogd, author of the best-selling book, 6 Months to Six Figures, and founder of the prestigious Game Changers Academy. And welcome to YEL 2.0. This is another episode. We're going to dive into the 6 Months to Six Figures book, and we're going to really deep dive into another chapter. And I get a lot of feedback in the last 4 or 5 years from the book, and one of the top chapters people bring up is the result rituals. They said this is the one thing their business, their life, their marriage, their anything they were doing was missing, right? So this is going to be crafting your perfect result rituals, chapter 11. Because here's what you have to realize. The amount of stress you have in your life is in direct correlation to the lack of rituals you have in place. And I would challenge you, if you haven't watched the other videos on breaking down each chapter, I'd go back and watch those because we're leading up to this actual chapter. We've talked about gaining clarity, developing a bulletproof confidence, making sure you understand the power of money and how to attract money the right way, making sure you have energy and motivation, and we gave you the biggest achiever tips. Now we're going to dive into creating result rituals, because this is something where you can't just have motivation and energy. You can't just have confidence and marketing. You have to have all of these if you want a sustained business that's on your terms. So once we set a goal back in 2008 and 2009 to do $1 million for the year, I wasn't satisfied because I was still working 80, 90 hours a week. So when you have no money, your goal is to make money. Finally, when we were making money, and I'll talk about the systems that actually helped me start making money, because with proven systems come proven results. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. We've helped now tons of businesses with this same philosophy. So finally I started making money, but I didn't have systems in place. And because of that, I was making money, but I was working 80, 90 hours a week, and it was just chaos all over my business, right? And of course, it's tough to understand the importance of systems and rituals until you're deep in the water and have a lot of frustration in your business. Now, let me kind of define what a ritual is. A ritual is something you do consistently that has a proven track record of getting results. Some of them call them routine, some people call them systems, but they're the same thing. And once you have those in place, it requires little attention from you. Okay, so you always want to strive to put systems in place. And most of my systems came from me being frustrated, me having to repeat myself, same problems coming up over and over again, me wasting my time. So I started understanding the power of creating accountability systems, rituals, non-negotiables, and things like that, right? So I'm going to talk about my most important rituals. This, obviously, I dive deep in here, but once I started understanding that I can't leave my business up to inspiration. I can't leave my business up to feelings, hopes, and dreams, sadly, like a lot of people do. I have to get rid of inspiration and focus on habits, habitual habits, and repeated, proven techniques. So finally, when I had a mentor, I'm like, okay, what are the most important rituals for me? I was and these can be different for everybody, but I want to talk about my most important. So the 4 things that I made rituals about, and you can create rituals for everything. I challenge you to figure out what you need most right now in your business and what is proven in the past to get results for you. So it is based on your values and what stage you're at in your business. So number 1 is, what stage are you on your business? I'm writing this down too. Number 2 is, what are your most important values right now? And then number 3 are, what are the rituals? Okay? So at that stage, my values were financial freedom. My values were building my business and a little bit of freedom because I was working 80, 90 hours a week. My values were health and energy, and my values were family and peace of mind, but not as much as the other ones. So the first thing I had to realize is mindset was super important, because if you have all the tools and you don't have the right mindset, you're always going to go back to your old foundation and you're going to ruin your momentum. So these are my mindset. So I had mindset rituals, I had health rituals, I had productivity rituals, and I had result rituals. Those are the 4 things I had. I eventually, when my business continued to grow to got over 7 figures, I had marketing rituals. I had team accountability rituals. So I was holding my team accountable, and it continues to increase. Like I said, it depends on what stage you're at, what your highest values are, and what your rituals are. Now, if you don't value flexibility and freedom, then some of your rituals won't be things that create freedom for you, right? So you have to understand. So for me, that was my values at the time. So mindset was number 1. So I wrote down 4 or 5 things that are non-negotiables in my business that I was going to do no matter what, whether I felt like it or not. Because your job as an entrepreneur is to produce results in your business, whether you feel like it or not. We just had David Goggins on our Game Changers call, which was amazing. By the way, side note, I give away a lot of books. Ryan Serhant sent me a lot of signed books. He was on the Academy. But David Goggins, this was an absolute amazing call. The highlight video is coming out soon. But I'm giving away these as well as some of mine. I'm also giving away Ryan Blair's book, signed too, on my Instagram. So I'm assuming a lot of you guys follow me, and I appreciate you wherever you're watching this, YouTube, whether it's on your phone, whether you're listening on your phone while you're driving. I appreciate that. But I'm super active, and I'd love for you guys to connect with me on Instagram at Peter J. Voogd. But anyways, mindset rituals. At that time, and this was, by the way, things have changed, but I'm talking about back then when I was trying to reach that next level of 6 figures and having a little bit of leverage and freedom. Talk to a mentor or someone playing the game at a higher level than me twice a week. So I had literally in my planner, I had this planner, but it was 2009, obviously. And in my planner, right here, I would always say, still do it, connect with Dean, Austin, Tim, John Rulin, Matt Morgan, Kirk. So these are people that I connect with, right? So I always was connecting with mentors. Okay? Another mindset ritual, and I'm reading some of my rituals, don't listen or watch the news ever. I didn't want to watch the news or crowd myself with negativity or toxic anything. Read 20 pages per day. Make sure it's something congruent to my monthly and yearly goals. This is crazy. It's bringing me back. Monday through Thursday, I would only listen to personal growth and business audios in my car. And then I'd pause and reflect for 30 to 45 minutes every Sunday. So these are things that were non-negotiable in my schedule, no matter if I'm traveling, feel like it, circumstance, it doesn't matter. I would stick to these regardless, right? Now, do I do these same things? I don't listen to personal growth Monday through Thursday anymore, and I don't read 20 pages a day. But that's irrelevant because I'm at a different stage with different values, right? But that's what I was at. So your values will be different. And the people that tell you this is how you have to do it, they either have an ego trip or they're not developed enough to understand. Everyone has a unique situation, schedule. They have willpower at different times. Just like people say you have to wake up at 4:30. No, you don't. I've had my most productive days I've ever had waking up at 7, and I've had the most unproductive days I've ever had waking up at 3:30. So that's irrelevant. It's what you do when you're up, and it's making sure you place your toughest tasks when you have the most willpower, right? So I can't stand people that tell you this is the only way to do it. I'm not going to give you the actual things to do with the rituals. I'm just going to give you the philosophy in context and the most important rituals that I use to help me. The next was health. I was at a stage where I wanted every advantage in business because my manager that was training me quit. I didn't have any experience. I was young. I didn't know anything about sales or leadership. So I wanted every advantage. And one of my advantages at that time was being healthier and having energy. So eat foods to elevate energy and make me feel healthier and vibrant rather than for taste and pleasure. I would work out 6 days a week. I had short, powerful workouts, so like 30 minutes. I was doing P90X at the time. I still do that sometimes. I drank a lot of water throughout the day. I ate 60 to 70% greens with each meal, and I tried not to eat past 7:30 or 8 p.m. Now, do I do these now? No, this was back then, right? Productivity rituals. Always move and operate with clarity and look at my one-page plan. And you guys, there's a video called the one-page plan on YouTube that you can watch. I had my one-page plan that talked about my most important goals. So I kept simplicity, because when you have complexity, it halts action, right? I complete my weekly master plan every Sunday. Execute my early morning routine, 5 to 6 a.m., and I have my 5x5 rule. Look at my goals for 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, and let that guide me versus my circumstances. I also ask myself 3 questions, right? What am I grateful for? What am I excited about? And what am I ready to make happen and dedicated to making happen no matter what today, right? So that's a huge key, right? My result rituals were my leaders and my team talk to. Were my top leaders on my team talk to? Do they have clarity on exactly what the purpose and what the outcome of their day is? So I had a receptionist manager. I had 6 or 7 receptionists. I had a campus relations manager. I had executive assistants. I had assistant managers. I had a key staff as well as a sales team. And I had tiers based on obviously what they were managing and things like that, because I couldn't manage everything. So every single morning and for a couple times a week, I would meet with specific groups and I would go through what their goals were and have accountability and an outcome for them. So everyone was moving with clarity, right? Everybody was moving with clarity. So what rituals do you need that are based on your current stage of your business? Marketing rituals, result rituals, sales rituals, mindset rituals, health rituals, relationship and family rituals. I don't know, but you have to figure out kind of what rituals are most important to you and put those in play no matter how you feel. Because if you don't have rituals and systems, you're going to always be go, 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 go. And it's impossible to build a sustained 7 and 8 figure business just through ambition and grit, where you're always reacting versus being strategic and intentional. So I challenge you to really, really think about what are the 3 to 4 rituals that you need to put in place right away that are most relevant and congruent to your 6-month and 1-year vision. And if you can do that, it's going to help tremendously when it comes to like consistent business. I realized every single ritual I had, health, mindset, productivity, result, I realized that the top 1% protected their mind and continued to improve their mental toughness, and they created rituals to keep that top-notch mindset in shape. That's why it was mindset. I realized that results was the name of the game, and I realized that if I didn't have result rituals, I'd be like most entrepreneurs who are working 80 hours a week, but they're not actually doing things that move the needle for their business, like marketing, like referral systems, follow-up, whatever it is. So I created productivity rituals. I realized health was underrated, and it's the most powerful commodity that most people don't take advantage of. So I gave a health ritual. So it's just understanding where you're at, what's most important to you, and putting rituals in place. Usually I put 3 to 5 rituals in place for each thing, and I put it in my schedule, and then I sell myself on each ritual. When I'm sold on it, and when I know for a fact the ritual is going to help me, and it's going to continue to build momentum for my business and my life and my relationships, then it's locked in. It doesn't matter how I feel, I execute those. And then you let habits take over, because inspiration's garbage. It means nothing because it's just based on the current moment, not sustained, consistent success, right? So hope this helps. Let me know if you have anything that you've done to keep yourself consistent. Post below. And you can get the book. I'll put the link below. I think it's sixfiguresbook.com, or you can get it on Amazon or Audible. And I appreciate you guys. We've done contests where we pick random people that have commented below. We give them a free copy, a signed copy of the book. So comment below. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for subscribing. You can check out the next video. I think it's one of these corners if you want to watch another one of these series. But I appreciate another one of these videos in the 6 months of 6 figures series. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll talk to you guys soon.